Um, yeah, I'm correct. So, four ways the brain learns for wealth creation. Four ways the brain learns for wealth creation. Okay. So, the first one is called cognitive learning. Cognitive learning. I the where are thou, son of man? This is when you think and understand. Thinking and understanding. Thinking and understanding. Okay. Number two, the way the brain learns is called social learning. This is when observation and interaction. Observation and interaction. Number three, the way brain learns. Affective learning. Of course, this is emotional and attitude. Okay. Number four, the way learns motoric learning. Of course, this is physical and skill based. Okay. So if you don't pass through the learning process completely, you just sabotage the process. You just, of course, will not get the result you want. The process must be completed for you to actually experience sustainable results. So we need sustainable results. We need a transforming result. So yesterday we started the class. I will do some revision because we spend a whole lot of time building the foundation for this process so that by the time we start discussing it will not be a challenge for us to understand, to assimilate. We set the class to understand that our job, our business is not the source. God is the source. That's where we started from. So if God is the source, God bless those who keep his word, not just those, not just everyone. He is in the business of blessing those who keep his words, not just those who hear his words. So all of us can hear, but a few of us can do it. So transformation happens when you and I participate in the change process. It affects our identity and our belief system. So if you are not transformed, that means you are not participating. It's not from inside, it's from external. One external factor that just focus on our behavior, that is called reformation. So when you don't participate or when the transfer when the process is externally driven, and it affects only your behavior, not your identity, not your beliefs. So you can say the man that goes to prison, of course, is passing through a reformation because that wasn't his intention, that wasn't his, of course, his choice. But you see, a man that and said, "I want to make my life better. I want to be disciplined. I want to pass through a process." That is reformation. So I mean transformation. It affects his identity, affects his beliefs, but reformation affects from outside. So reformation, honestly, you don't need to participate some of the times. It just happens. So, but transformation, you must definitely participate. So you are not participating in your own change process. It's called a reformation. Reformation is like a external force that is causing you to change. Transformation is an internal force causing you change. Like determining factors, Until what you know is become what you do, you don't know anything. So if you say you know something and you are not doing it, that means that you are not doing it. The evidence of learning is an improved outcome. That means if you truly learn and you know, your results supposed to be better. So there's a learning process that all of us should pass through to get the sustainable result that we truly desire. As an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a businessman or a woman, as an investor. So people listen to you because of your experience. People actually believes you because of your results. So we took time to do a lot of revision yesterday. That study leads to learning. So you study to learn, practice before you teach. Don't just study to teach. Let the things you say um, come from the wisdom of practice. So we discussed so much that wealth creation is a journey and a process, not an instant, not an event. A lot of people want to be wealthy in an event. They want to be rich in an event. They want it to happen in an event. But the truth of the matter is that it's a journey and it's a process. So you can stumble on cash, but you cannot stumble on wealth. I can give $1 million today, but you don't have the corresponding wisdom to manage systems and structure. The value that created that money, the money will still live your life. And as if you never came into that kind of cash before. People have lost so much money because they didn't have corresponding wealth creation to sustain and to make right decisions. And wealth creation is a science and never a guesswork. That means everybody can learn it. Any result you cannot sustain, any result you cannot repeat, that means the first one was a mistake. The only proof that result you have is worthy of you is that you have a corresponding knowledge that can repeat the result over and over and over again. Understanding process, principle, and repeat outcomes is leads to transformation. So it all starts from teaching. It all starts from training. Teaching brings awareness. Mentorship process brings discipline, and community brings wealth. So the problem why many people cannot have the sustainable results is because they don't like mentorship process, and that mentorship process is like discipleship. It's like training process, which the essence is leadership. So our training today can open our mind to the possibility of what will happen. It's just an event, is the beginning of the process of transformation, of it to have sustainable results. The discipline is to sustain outcomes and results is in the mentorship process. So people that dodge process of mentorship, training, discipleship, they cannot sustain results and outcome because the discipline to actually sustain what you are looking for is formed in the process. So a mentor is someone who makes himself progressively unnecessary in your life. A person who teaches you to depend on him is a slave master. A person teaches you to be on your own is a mentor. Teach you to stand on your feet is a mentor. A mentor is not supposed to solve your financial problems, but to teach you, guide you, show you how to solve your problem by yourself. You are responsible for it. A mentor does not take away the process. It simply shows you the right steps to follow to make the journey shorter for you because mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. So the process of learning, what will make it complete is that you get to the last one, which is the real practical part of the program that will make your life sustain in any field of industry you find yourself. Whatever takes you 10 years can take your mentor 10 years can take you less than 2 years because of the it's going to show you the right steps to follow. That will lead to true transformation because in transformation you must participate in your own change. At least the best we can do today is to take note. That is participation. So you are really participating. I really want something good to happen to me. Transformation occurs when you participate. The only way to prove that you are transformed is that you can sustain the outcomes you produce. Wealth creation is not a guesswork, like I keep saying. It's not about hoping, it's not about praying, it's about the process of learning, practice, building. Of course, it's a journey of system and structure. Whatever I go through, whenever I go through the scriptures, to speak some lessons to apply to my life. I'm building from the source, which give me revelational knowledge. So Proverbs 25 verse 2 says, "It's the glory of God to conceal a matter, honor of a king to search out matter." So God takes glory by concealing things, hiding things, covering things. Take glory by hiding crude oil in the diamond, of course, gold. It's with God make it the hide things, but honor of the king is to search those things, discover the gold, discover the crude oil, discover the diamond, practice, process it because God never give any man finished product. God always give you product in raw form and expect you to participate, to turn the trees to tables and chairs. So God hide tables and chairs in a tree and want you to take the responsibility to finish the process, turn it to usable product or services for other human beings, even for yourself. But you know what people do? They don't like that process. They like the finished product, and God never give any man finished product. So God never give you petrol, never give you diesel. He hide them in crude oil. God never give you, of course, the rings in your hand. I got them in iron ores, in diamonds and golds. So man, the goldsmith must pass that gold through fire. That firing process is never sweet for the gold. The diamond must pass through pressure. That pressure never sweet the diamond at all. The brain must pass through training, discipline. That process is never sweet at all. That's why people dodge the process, thinking that there's a shortcut, my brother. There's no shortcut to success because anybody that finds shortcut, they cut their life short. Your life will now be cut short in Jesus' name. So I'm trying to rush to do revision so I can get to where we are going today. And I like the revision because some people are not here. This I'm very fast. It's not a problem. Just pay attention. God actually conceal, hide, and cover things because that gives him honor. Of course, that gives him glory. But honor of the king is to say study, and because study is a royal behavior, learning is a royal habit. Study is a royal behavior. It takes a king to study. So whenever you see anyone ask him the last time you read a book, the last time you study a subject matter, if somebody say I've not read a book for the last 3 months, that means the person is becoming poverty instrumentally. Somebody read a book in the last 3 months, studied a subject matter, is becoming wealthy instrumentally. Poverty is an instrumental payment. Wealth is instrumental payment. All it don't happen immediately. It takes somebody time to manifest poverty. It takes someone time to manifest wealth. All of them need a process. That is why I'm wondering why someone will take 10 years to be poor and broke and want us to be delivering in an event. It's not possible. Even when we deliver them, it cannot be sustainable. So you can see that God hide things if that are important because we too hide things that are important. If I give you 1,000 naira, I can keep it on the table, 10,000 on the table. I give you 10 billion naira. You will not keep it. You take it to bank. You hide it inside the bank. Yes or yes? You put it there. So important things are hidden. Important things are not on the street. Those who change the world are not on the street. They're in their chamber creating in their mind. So fools hate knowledge. Proverbs 1 verse 22 see. Everyone that hates knowledge is actually a fool. This one from the scripture. I did not say that. Proverbs 1:22 says that. So yesterday we discussed so much that value commands its own return. Nobody gives you big money because you are handsome, you are beautiful. We don't do that. We only give you big money sustainably because you are actually giving value in return. I don't drive to a filling station to fill my car because I don't drive to a station because the filling station is beautiful. I like the lighting, the filling station. No, I go to gas station because I want to fill my tank. Of course, I don't go to restaurant because of the good lights or the good restaurant chairs. No, I go because I'm hungry. I need to eat the food. So that is why you can see that the quality of knowledge you have determines the quality of the rest of how the world respects you. So Proverbs 24 verse 4 says, "By knowledge the rooms are filled with all pleasant and precious riches." It's not said by hard work. It's not said by prayer. It's not said by business. It's not said by investment. It's said by knowledge. That is, we should be in the business of knowledge. We should be in the business of learning. Learning every subject matter in any field of industry we find ourselves to be the top 1% population. I know there are two categories of people in life: those who hear and those who listen. Your ear hear words, your mind picture it. Until what you hear becomes a picture, you cannot practice it. So hearing is a bodily ability to observe sound, and listening is the mental capacity to record what you heard. Hearing is the bodily ability to observe sound. Listening is the mental capacity to record what you heard. You hear with your ear, you listen with your mind. If you touch this your ear loop, if you cut it up, what we hear is who sound, because this is like a satellite dish who collect the sounds and interpret for you. So you can see your ear hear was your mind picture it. Until what you hear convert to picture in your mind, it's difficult to practice it. That is why people can be in events and some people are listening, some people are hearing, some people are listening with their mind, some people are just hearing words. Until what was you hear becomes a picture in your mind, it's difficult to practice. That's why the motoric learning is very important, because for what to hear from cognitive learning should be a practical in your motoric learning. You can never learn how to swim in a book. After reading a book, cognitive learning, you need to get to the swimming pool. You cannot learn how to drive a car in a book. After cognitive learning, you need to get to the back of the steering. No matter how fast and fair you are, you can never actually learn how to actually sew clothes in a book. After you finish learning the book, you have to go to the motoric. You have to get involved. But a lot of people don't want that involvement because you're going to pass through a set of discipline. And you are first a visual being before you become an intellectual being. We are all social creatures. We learn faster by observation. So little children, 4 to 5 years, learn more from what you do than what you say. There are certain levels of wisdom that you can never have until you model successful people. A lot of people have not observed successful people. They have not stayed long enough with wealthy people. That is why they spend so much time with poor and broke people, and they seem to define themselves and speak like poor and broke people. And the part of the words of the because your words you create with your mind, your words forms it, and you manifest it in take action. Reading many books, of course, is cognitive learning. Observing successful people and practice what they do is actually motoric learning, which complete the learning process. Most people read the book reach that part that I see broke and poor, but I've not observed a man live that life. Of course, he actually said that Robert Kiyosaki, that his friend's father, Mike, was a rich dad, and he actually sit down to observe. He observed and do whatever he asked him to. The book of Joshua says, "This book of the law shall not depart from thy mouth. You shall meditate it day and night, not every Sunday, not every midweek service, not whenever you are happy or whenever you are not happy." He said day and night. And that man is observe. Say no, observe. Wealth is a conditional statement. Until you observe, say then you shall have good success, of course, and other things will follow. So knowing this is a principle. And it's very, very important that we understand that the proof of knowledge is an improved outcome. We human beings, we learn faster by what we see than what just we hear. So I'm happy to let you know that we are face visual being, and that led us to so many things we discussed yesterday. So yesterday we started talking about cognitive learning, and we proved so many points in cognitive learning. And we told us this is a learning by the process of acquiring knowledge by listening. Cognitive learning, you have to write, you have to think, you have to understand, and possibly remember them. It involves mental activities like perception, problem solving, solution providing, and also decision making. So we discussed so much yesterday about this cognitive learning. So I also need to establish few points. Okay, I already did that yesterday. That okay. So today we're supposed to move straight to social learning. Turn on social learning. So I'm supposed to move straight to social learning. So let's start taking our classes from day to day. So bring your notes, bring your paper, and then I like notes, I like journals. So we need to start writing. Social learning, please write your note. Learning by observation and interaction. Learning by observation and interaction. So this is a learning through observing others and engaging the society. Learning by observing others and engage society. So you don't necessarily need to talk most of the time. You just observe. You interact with the society. This is how this learning occur. And the brain records everything, whether you like it or not. That's why you must intentionally decide what your brain records. So it involves writing down. Social learning involves modeling, imitation, modeling. It involves modeling, Imitation, to imitate somebody. Imitation, mentorship, involve mentorship, observing, and environmental uh, influences. Influences. So that is how it works. So, it's about association, learning by watching mentors, watching your mastermind groups, team culture. You grow is by who you surround yourself with. So that is how growth occurs. This is a growth that occurs by who you surround yourself with. This right here, this is social learning is a growth that occurs by who you surround yourself with. So, a man said you are the average of five of your friends. If you're among five foolish person, individual, you are the sixth one. Five wise individual, you are the sixth one. Five poor and broke people, you are the next sixth one. Five rich and wealthy men, you are the next sixth one. So once you not count, there were six from the original one. So it was never five, there were six. So you are actually going to make a lot of learning from people you surround yourself with. That is why two poor men can never help themselves. Wayne Weaver can never help themselves. That is why you must be deliberate and intentional to select the quality of people you surround yourself with, because the quality of people you surround yourself with is not the quality of your conversation. The quality of conversation is the quality of your life. That is why I don't have so many friends these days, because when you come around me, what I've discussed is success, leadership, training, system structure, asset investment, treasury bills, bond, mutual fund investment here. So most of you that don't like, they like job, they don't like me. Salary, you can't see me talk about. If you see me talk about salary, I'm the one paying people salary. That's what I discuss. How can pay people salary? How can increase my staff salary? How can I pay people 100K, 200K, 1 million? That's what I'm thinking. How can I build an asset and investment portfolio? How can we pay people 1 million? I want to pay people 1 million. I want my staff to be driving Rolls Royce. I want my staff to be driving Mercedes Benz. I want my staff to drive the best. So I'm thinking, what can I can use their brain to make to give them that kind of money. So you can imagine. So people are looking for a job, don't get comfortable around me. It's fine. It's okay. Everybody should not like you. Get used to it. When you want to be the top, you become the topic. Tell your neighbor. When you want to be the top, you become the topic. Tell your neighbor. When you want to be the head, you become the headline. Get used to it. Not even will like you. But I like sell ice cream, not even will like you. Sell akara, not even like. Not even eat akara, not even eat ice cream, not even eat bread. Get used to it. So nobody will please Dangote semen. No matter how Dangote is doing, nobody will like it. So the fact is that this learning occurs by observing people around you, adapting, because our brain adapts a lot. Our brain adapts a lot. If you stay around five wealthy men, your brain will soon adapt to five. They are thinking. Stay around five foolish people, your brain will soon adapt to their thinking. So learning through people's exposure to the right community, learning through observing the right people is very important. This learning from successful mentors, be in a room, write it down. This is learning from successful mentors. Example, be in a room where big deals are made. Be in a room where big deals are made. What I thought I was going to make the governor, the senator, the contract, the millions, the strategy. Be in a room where big deals are made. Not in a room where they're talking about 5 naira, 2 naira. No. Try to be in a room where the frequency of vibration of energy from our brain is thinking millions, thinking opportunity, thinking abundance. Be in a room where big deals are made, modeling high performing leaders. Be in a room where big deals are made and modeling high performing leaders. Modeling all those high performing leaders were already talking big before they became big. When they are broke and poor small, they talk big. The frequency of thinking was already big. Even they had nothing, already big thinking. Big dreams do move the main soul, not small dream. Don't define yourself based on where you are. Define yourself where you see yourself mental. It's called vision. Mental picture of who you are. Define yourself. And use the word I am positively to define yourself. Be in a room where big deals are made and modeling high performing leaders. If you are there, shall I? So that is how it works. So this is how it works. So you as an entrepreneur, you have to understand, very, very important. Okay, I have so many quotes here on my notes, but I will do this at the end of the class so that it will make my class. Be in a room where big deals are made and modeling high performing leaders. That's what I say you should write. So that is how this training works. So your brain will actually learn once you're in a room where deals are made. You see the way we convert, the way we do our conversation, the way we talk. So the way we discuss, and it actually make a whole lot of sense. So cognitive social learning is actually it builds opportunity because you observe people when masters forms when they talk, you see the language we use. Almost all successful people are always a positive thinking, positive talker. We don't talk negative. That is why you see we understand the power of talk. We understand the power of words. The words creates the world we live, and there's so much power in the words. So be in the room where you see people that these people is already going down. He's still saying good thing. He saw fire and they say God will save them like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He saw lion, but he's still saying God will save them like Daniel. He saw actually be like Peter. He see Christ walking. He said, Master, if you are the one, bid me come near. He said, come. Peter waka tap tap tap. Omo, yeah, because say he lose it, he was distracted, looking at the storms, lose sight from where he was into. He starts sinking. And the thing is that, and he actually cried out. Some people, they will never cry out. Master, I don't sing. Some people would rather sing and die in poverty than to beg, than to say sorry, than to say help me. They would rather die with their pride and ego. And this is a problem. Rich men don't do like that. Rich men don't. All of us is about interest. It's about sustainability. It's about survival affairs. We have to do what we have to do. So observing men who make decisions, observing people like us that makes money, we remove 10%. Whether somebody is dying or not, it don't concern us. We keep that 10% aside to invest. It's not investment. We don't eat our future. We don't eat our future. We don't do that thing. So we cut down our expenses, live below our means, so that we can be able to save for tomorrow. Because that money we save, we use and buy assets. Because the fact is not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. When you save money, put money to rest. When you invest money, put money to work. We want money to work for you. Say amen. Because he that fail to plan to fail. So not to chop with 10 fingers in your mouth. If you do like you have a bad habit and a behavior, because poverty is the behavior, wealth is the behavior. Poverty is, of course, is a habit. Wealth is a habit. So observing people that we are okay, things happen to us, we don't complain. It's not that we don't see, we ignore things because we understand the power of traction. Whatever you focus on expands. Say no expands. Say no whatever you focus on expand, magnified, and amplified. So we choose not to focus on problem. Even when we are passing through that deep problems, we focus on the success. But whatever you focus on, magnify. So we do that a lot. And before you know it, we came out because we made the journey shorter. Very, very important you observe wealthy people. A lot of people are 50 books. You've not observed a man, how he disciplines himself. Until you stay close to a man who is living wealthy, that you cannot understand the way how we take decisions, how we make decisions, because you spend so much time with poor people. Leave them alone. They have nothing to offer. I can tell you the truth. They hate, they resent the rich. You read a book called Secrets of the Millionaires' Mind by Tia Veka. He said, poor people resent the rich. And it's true. It's true. He drove his poor car, rich car to a poor neighborhood. They embraced him. He drove his wealthy car to a poor neighborhood. They stole and scratched the car. And it's very important. It's very important. When you have money, leave poor neighborhood. You do yourself a lot of effort because they sleep in the night, they generate energy and vibration that is bad, negative. And it's a bad thing today because the energy you use to fight their negative energy, you are using that energy to create more positive that will make your life work for you. And this happened in every neighbor. I've been telling you. There's no city I've been to in this life, from Dubai to France or everywhere, Lagos, Uyo. You have a neighbor where wealthy people stay, where poor stay. We know 1,000 or some of South Africa. And those estates, we cannot see land less than 20, 40 million, 80 million. Because just cross a run road to this side, poor people are staying, they can see land 8 million, 12 million, 20, but just cross a run road, they were 1,000, 45 million, 50 million. Why we choose to do that is that no poor man will be able to buy a land in that place. So that you will go where they belong. Just enter South Africa, 80 million. We not go see poor man. They wait till they find for there. If you there, then a gate man you be. Open gate for us, close gate for us. That's all. So we don't want to. Just cross not basic. Go just cross shelter. See land 5 million, 8 million, 15 million. But cross enter shelter 70 million. Non-negotiable. So you cannot afford land. So please go to where you belong to. Don't enter here. This one is not for all. Even the school our children go to, just cross the street, you see school free, 100, 200 now. Enter the one our children go, 200, 500,000. Poor man cannot afford a school fee of 500. So your child cannot even be in that school. So come out for the school. Yes or yes? Make them day their day, make good day our day. Is a day something. Number 3, effective learning. Number 3, make it no come. We day you day, no problem. Men are inside his life is in face, we will no quarrel. Because their mind is always negative. If you change it, you change your life. So this is how this thing works. And the world responds, the things happen around you, respond to your feelings of emotion. That's how you feel. And this is going to work for you because it's energy or vibration. The man brain is a transmitting and receiving center. We generate energy, frequency. And it's very important you maintain a state of energy and right attitude. Please write this on your note. Attitude is the way you think and feel about yourself. Even though write this one. The way you think and feel about yourself. About anything, the way you think and feel about anything around you, attitude, either positive or negative. So nothing is right, nothing is wrong. Your attitude made it so. Everything you look at facts, you focus on facts. Focus frame facts. What are facts? Facts are true, but not all true are truth. Not all true are truth, but all truth are true. It is true, nobody can walk on water. But it's true, Christ walked on water. It is true, fire will burn Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It is true, he did not burn them. It is true, of course, lion will eat Daniel. But it's truth, he did not eat him. So it is that all truth are not truth. All truth are true. The Bible says, you shall know the truth, it shall set you free, not true. So once you begin to look at facts, you focus on facts. You see two things in fact. You see positive and negative. The one you focus on matters a lot. Leave the negative, focus on positive. Because when you focus on negative, you're going to create a belief called doubt. Say no doubt. Focus on positive, you're going to create a belief called faith. Say no faith. Faith and doubt are the same thing. Just that one is positive, one is negative belief. Faith is a positive, doubt is a negative, faith, a belief. So this thing define things. So you can see that attitude is very important. Let me give you something to write on affective affirmation so you can get some notes and then you take some quote and I connect the dots for us. Write it down. This is a learning driven by emotion. This is a learning driven by emotion, comma, values and feelings. This is learning driven by emotions, comma, values and feelings. It shapes our beliefs, attitude, motivation, and behavior. Full stop. This is learning driven by emotions. This is learning driven by emotions, values, and feelings. Full stop. It shapes our beliefs, comma, attitude, motivation, and behavior. It shapes our beliefs, comma, attitude, comma, emotion, and behavior. This is learning driven by emotions, values, and feelings. There are some things you will never learn until somebody hurts you. And it's good until somebody broke your heart. There are things you never learn in love until your heart is broken. You learn that one. No matter your father will tell you, your mother will tell you, don't close your leg, don't open your leg. They are just talking. There are something when you carry your two legs, enter them. You put them for fire, you burn, you come out and that kind of learning, till you die, you know, put hand for fire again. You know, that time with the grow up, fire goes, we like fire children. But they will say, come on your hand. Sometimes our papa and mama go allow us. We will just put that hand once for fire. It go burn you, you come out them. That will not touch your heart. You feel him, he say, I feel him. Nobody. He say he enter. He enter your body with two. There's some learning you never learn until you are broke. Until you are broke, you don't get able to borrow you. Your brain will develop factory settings. Say no factory settings. He go touch you. He go touch you. You get the country we no go learn until you give person help. The person stink you like snake. You know, your snake go to die, you want help him. You go bite it, bam, that you can't say, chai. How do you want to get mama they don't wrong? That kind of learning. You got until it enter your body, until it enter your heart. You don't feel sleep for night. But you know, that kind of learning. Let me this one with the dog. But you can actually prevent it because it's pain. It's a bad one. When you are succeeding and your friend they wish you bad, when you are succeeding, go buy a new shoe. Your friend get mine, come match the shoe for church. Do dance like say no see that or show. Dance. Match am. Now you know say this lady not true. Your dream is say you they get big dreams. If you keep quiet, you go tell your friend. He begin to sabotage you. Fight your dreams like tooth and neck. There are people like that when you tell your dreams, they are not happy with you at all. That your wife just born picking now, they pain them. Your wife just born now, safe delivery, they pain them. That you just they think how you want buy a car, buy a line, they pain them. Your picking just get admission to you. He pain them. They don't like see you succeed. Whenever you're happy, they're angry. Then they find this when that kind of happen to you, you learn them. That then you go enter your heart, woto. If you buy that thing, from that moment, if you see snake, they come, you go shift. Carry something, arrange them. Because you never change the nature of a snake. That is their nature. So the thing is this. It deepen influence decision making. This kind of training lead you to make strong decision. It makes you have decide that you see people like me, I've learned a bit lesson recently. That is why anybody that refuses to read book and summarize in my circle, I don't want to. Because I finally understand that people that don't read and write, I find it difficult to interact with them. If you don't read and write, I don't want you in my space. We are not current. It's boundaries, it's standard. Like you will say, you don't get cut off point, 200 and something. You cannot be given admission. Like every government processor, every oil company will tell you, you are not a BSc holder, you don't have this 2 years experience, that. They put their standard, either you are qualified or not. Like the God will say, you must accept me as your personal Lord, and to come into the kingdom. If you don't accept him, stay outside the kingdom. We no quarrel, maybe by fire, by force. He said, life and death given to you, you must choose one. But I say, choose life. Now you go choose. You say, no one choose. Okay. The absence of light is darkness. So you don't choose light, darkness will come in. You know, we say prayer. So the thing is this, I find to understand that people that don't read, don't understand. When I talk to them, they get angry, they get offended. And I don't want this thing. So if when it comes and say, okay, you go read, you go somewhere, you say no. I say, okay, bye-bye. The only time we will meet again, we must discuss a book because poor men discuss other people. Average men discuss themselves. Wealthy men discuss ideas. And ideas rules the world. I want to be talking about ideas because everything you see now is idea. This is an idea. This is an idea. This is an idea. The shoe you are wearing to is someone's idea. They check your clothes, someone's idea. No idea. Tell your neighbor, where is your idea? That's why nobody should gossip. Nobody should use you as a gossiping partner. Cho, discussing Tinubu, discussing Umoino, discussing pastor, discussing. Don't be a party to it because even for you to listen carefully to their gossip, you must pay attention. Say no, pay attention. That means you are paying now. To listen carefully, you must pay. Say no, pay. So start collecting money to gossip. 5 minutes gossip, 50,000 naira. I'm giving you discount. I'm a good man, 50,000 naira. I'm giving you 90% discount. Just pay me 5,000 naira for 5 minutes gossip. Yes or yes? And it's paid before service. Then I'll pay before service. What you want to tell me? Is it gossip or not? He said, "I gossip, small gossip. Bring small money face. Small gossip, small money. Big gossip, big money." That everywhere, both in church, both in market, both in the village, everywhere you see gossipers. And they always point finger. 3 fingers, they face them. They don't know. I be 4 7, I never understand. They will see that analyze. Too much analysis leads to paralysis. You will be paralyzed every year. So they're emotionally paralyzed. So this effective learning helps you to make deep decisions, strong decisions, long-term decisions because they always leave a mark in you because they're all emotions and feelings. Emotions and feelings. This effective learning helps you to make strong and deep decisions with long-term decisions. They are decisions that make the man will decide. Say, I will never do this thing. Leave that man. Leave him. You don't know what he is. He don't see 99. 99 and 100 remain. Any man will see man. You see man, they talk. I don't mean woman. You know, women, I have a mother, I have a sister, I have a wife, I have a daughter. So the way those people talk sometimes means that they wonder. Then they talk, when they feel somehow, they all open mouth. Wah, 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 wah. So most men don't understand. Just leave them alone. Just listen. All like now, listen. My wife will tell you, are you hearing? I say, I'm hearing. He said, but I'm still talking. I said, I don't know what to answer. You say many things. He said, why are you like this? I said, I don't understand. I got to answer woman. You they talk, you they talk. Your name, no sorry. They're not sorry. You just talk. My wife will say, I don't tell you, madam. You go to your office, you be talking. You come to this house, you know, talk again. I said, but I'm talking to you now. He said, but I've said 5 things, you've not said anyone. I said, which one do you want me to answer? The first one or the last one? He said, no, I don't hear anyone. This is very funny people. They will go and talk 1916, 2026. I don't want to concern me. I won't put money in my pocket. Anything of my life won't be telling you. Talk this for we won't talk. I want to answer you this answer now. So the thing is this. This decisions, you see a man, you see your papa, make a Victor, sit down, thank you. You see your papa every night, your papa carry a sang, a koito, the man is talking to himself. Leave him alone. They don't leave him alone. If you see any man there like this, leave him alone, no? Leave him alone, just pass. Keep passing. They don't keep passing. No, if you greet them, you know, greet them, the man don't know. That one when there like this, eh? Now those your auntie for village, where they form, they are not greeting me. I'm your auntie. And men know they do that kind of thing. In fact, when man they were in they see in future self. If I greet them, you know, greet them, the man don't they going away. So these decisions, this kind of learning, it affects your emotions, affects your beliefs, affects driven by values, passion. It helps you to make income really outgrows your identity. This kind of learning. Write it down. Income really outgrows your identity. Because this one affects your emotions. It affects your emotions, affects everything. So this kind of learning is always very painful. It's the one that you know when a woman say, "I'm not going to do it again." I know leave that learning when you pass through. That one a real jam class. So no jam class. You don't see person where I jam 9 times before. If you say jam for 9 years, you write jam 9 times. If you see him on the 10th one, you see in the vex. In the carry vex, enter the exam hall. When they ask you a question, I mean break the system, mean break them. So that kind of learning occurs. So it's always very painful to pass through that kind of learning because it helps you to make strong decisions and it makes you to make deep decisions. And it's normal, it's part of the process. So when those trainings occur, just know it's part of the way your brain learns. So what I will encourage you today before, because the bigger the training, the whole essence of this program is to go to motoric training. So you're going to take us a whole day to discuss motoric training. Turn on motoric training. This is where the completion of all the trainings occur. So a man who passes through all this and never passed through this one can never sustain outcome. That is why God never entrusts resources to men who have not passed through a process. Every man that God will use must pass through process because God must test you to know whether you are able to sustain the outcomes and result. And anybody that don't pass through the process is always vulnerable and always victim instead of remaining a victor of the circumstances that he surrounds himself with. Please touch yourself, say I'm a victor. I'm a victor. Touch yourself, I'm a millionaire. Touch yourself, say I'm a success. I beg, open your mouth now. Shout and say I'm significant. I'm significant. Say I'm a millionaire. That's who you are. Online community, don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Mentorship is a little shortcut to success. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. Have a wonderful day. Shalom. That is the best you can take today.